than that, I am going to start this class now. Why are you where? Who told Jojo Nation? Jojo Nation. Wewe sasa ni attention unataka. So let's just scroll past you. And recollect our energy. Yes. That's what we are on. That's what we are on. I bought one little series. It was great advice. Yes. If you have the financial muscle in 2024, channel your money towards your own growth. Buy things that are growing you. Buy things that are teaching you. Buy things that are advancing you. Okay? In a present death. Okay, what else? Goodness speaking. Ada, I see you. How do we purchase the series? Just, if it is not purchasable to you, then it probably is not your time to purchase it. You know, other people, they just purchase it. So me, I don't know how you go and do all that thing. You, if it is not working for you, just leave past it. Also, be in the habit of not forcing things in 2024. Military focus. If something is refusing, go, move past. Try another time. Okay, when it is not working, try another time. If it is not working and you don't know what to do, try another time. Sorry, you look beautiful as always. Thank you. Where are the series? On my page, my dear. On my page. My family and I are moving to Africa in 2 months. People are already moving to Africa. You are just, you know, now the relocation song was out last year. The relocation process has already begun. So that is not news. And the class starts now. Yes. Nothing should be forced in the universe. Doesn't like. Yeah. We're going with the flow. Yeah. So let's continue. So let's start. First of all, I don't think I want to start with the geopolitics. I'm going to start down up. I'm going to start with the spiritual gossip. Yeah. I am going to start with spiritual gossip, of which on spiritual gossips, I'm going to read you out some of the spiritual hacks that are necessary in your life as an individual. There are some things you must know on default. There are some things you must know in this life on default. Actually, I'm going to do geopolitics and world politics last. So I'm just going to start my class from the spiritual gossip, go to January revision, and then come back to politics. So yeah, so that I get a hold of as many as possible. Your eyelashes is so funny. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Anyway, so first, spiritual hacks. So if you want, these are the spiritual hacks, things that you should be knowing by your antenna. Like your antenna should be sharp by this. If you see it, you know it. If you see it, you know it. You don't walk like a drunkard, not knowing things that are very apparent spiritually. So I'll just read them. There are things I've taught before, but now we are doing revision. So if you want to know how close or far your ancestors were with God, the Creator, look at the relationship you as an individual have with water and the sun. Okay, and I'll start with the sun, first of all. People who are affected by the sun, if the sun is making you feel negative, if the shine of the sun is a negative connotation on you, then it means that within your DNA, there are foundations, things that are founded in lies. Within your DNA, your DNA, there are certain aspects of your DNA that are founded, that whose intentions, you know, children are intentions of their parents. Parents have intentions, they fuck over that intentions, and then they produce a kid due to the intentions that they had. And so when the sun is affecting you, it means that you are an intention whose foundation was founded somewhere in lies. The sun does not burn the truth. The sun burns lies. Fire will burn, it burns lies. So if anywhere within you there's foundations, things that are founded on lies, falsehood, manipulation, things that are not spiritually accurate, then the sun will not have a beautiful relationship with you. Secondly, the water. Water has memory of its own that trace back to the beginning of time. Therefore, if water makes you feel safe, alive, and fearless, it means the specific ancestral channels or the specific ancestral intentions that you are, or specific ancestral channels that you followed, has always had pure intentions towards the planet. The planet, you know, the planet is an entity of its own. And then there are people inside the planet. So the planet in itself, it has desires as well. That is what we call the collective consciousness. It also has its own desires by itself. And then we have our own individual desires. So when you come from ancestries whose individual desires were contrary to the collective consciousness's desires, then you and water will not have such a beautiful relationship. If you just hate water or it irritates you, it means you followed an ancestral channel that was evil and cursed. And caused, you followed an ancestral channel that was evil and caused harm to the universe. And it is your own job to right their wrongs in your lifetime by actively living in the spirit of Ubuntu. The collective consciousness functions over the spirit of Ubuntu. I am because you are. The moment you just say, I am, I don't want you to be, I am, then you are parting away. You are parting ways with Ubuntu. Ubuntu is, I am because you are. We are because they are. The trees are because we are, and we are because they are. So it's always a cycle. The moment you part your way from that cycle, you are now saying that we are the ones now who are. Nobody else is now. It's like you're saying that when you walk around, you are the only ones who see the sun and the moon and the stars. Everybody else doesn't. And that is never true. It's false. As long as they see the moon, as long as they see the sun, as long as they see the star, it doesn't matter whether it's a housefly. It doesn't matter whether it's a butterfly. It doesn't matter whether it's a human being. It doesn't matter whether its skin color is blue or yellow. As long as they are capable of seeing the stars and the sun and the moon, then they are because you are. So the people who separate themselves from these ancestries, who separate themselves from these, they give birth to intentions that come to suffer in future due to their disconnect from the very nature that they come from. So if water scares you, or you are now, there's being scared of water. There's just having a terrible relationship with water where it affects you truly. It affects you. Like the sun. The sun affects certain people, like literally. They are not comfortable under the sun. You can see it is affecting their body and their health. Now water also has people it affects. There are people who they cannot bathe. When they bathe, it is irritant. Their skin is so water, the moment water lands on their skin, it is a terrible relationship. Now, those are the ones I'm talking about. But that is different from being afraid of water. Being afraid of water, now it's a form of trauma. Now, if water scares you or you are terrified of water bodies, that's an ancestral trauma response that could either mean you come from an ancestry that was brainwashed to be terrified of their own God, or you've experienced trauma, or you come from an ancestry that experienced trauma in the waters, or you yourself, you experienced trauma in the waters during a point in your life. Like, during slavery and colonization, there are people who literally, they would be thrown in the water like as a nuisance or as rubbish. And just that, having that experience, if you come from such kind of ancestries of people who went through certain types of torture or torments in the water, then it can make you to be afraid. And water represents emotions. So it can make you to be afraid of emotions. And you being afraid of emotion in itself will naturally make you and automatically make you be afraid of water. Okay? When you are afraid of the sun, being afraid of the sun or being affected by the sun is being affected by knowledge, memory. If you're somebody, memory is affecting you. The resurrection of memory. The resurrection of memory from downtime affects you. Because, the sun represents memory. Just like water represents intuition. They are the polar opposites. And water is controlled by the moon. You know, now memory, when you are somebody who get affected by the sun, then you are affected by memory. You are affected by history. You are affected by the true recorded documents of life. The truth of life affects you. So that is what affects people. So also you can apply this to the concept of sunscreen. You know, while professors in China are teaching Chinese to go more into the sun, you know, I saw there were some professors who are teaching Chinese, the Arabs, you know, you need to expose your skin to the sun more. Now, when you go to Europe, they are selling sunscreen. They are selling sunscreen even to Africans. So you wonder. You wonder. So you wonder, yeah. There's a certain water in certain areas like Ushago that affects me, but water from my place does not. Yeah, there's also that. Like now when you start looking at it from the details, different types of emotions exist, you know, and people respond to different types of emotions differently also as well. So when you just start looking at the nitty-gritties, but I get sunsick. Whatever, you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. When you are affected, just look into your your DNA. And these are things when you start paying attention to, you'll realize that the more you are receptive to the truth, the more you are more accepting of the truth of the universe, the more you are more accepting of the Ubuntu spirit, you will notice that the sun will not even have a problem with you. It will not even matter your skin color. You will just notice the sun does not have a problem with you. It's sunscreen bad. Just read the name, sunscreen. Like literally it is preventing you from absorbing your intellectual property. So you are just screening the sun. The writings are always on the walls, my dear. The writings are always on the walls. And don't stop relying on group mentality too much. Sometimes just go out of your way and do your own experiment. This hard mentality will not take you anywhere. Do your own experiment so that, you know, you stop arguing with people who have done experiments and have actually seen that whenever you are sunscreen, you're literally, it's like you're applying a cover so that no knowledge can penetrate you. No knowledge can penetrate you. And always know, air sign, through air signs, we are always passing knowledge and receiving knowledge. We are always passing knowledge from one another and receiving knowledge through the air. When I breathe in, I'm breathing in your shit. When I breathe out, somebody's going to breathe in my shit. And when you look at this process microscopically, this process of us breathing in and out, you know, taking air into all the cells and then taking it out again. It is also a process that is passing information from one person to another. And the type of information that you have a receptor to depends on the type of frequency that you are vibrating at. And so because the colonizer knows these things, they put products in the market that automatically make you vibrate only at a certain level. So when you vibrate at a particular level, you only inhale that level of frequency. Whenever you are inhaling oxygen, you are only inhaling that level of frequency. And so when they have you having sunscreen, there are certain information you cannot even process. You numb your own vessel so much that it does not even have a microscopic entry points to truth that you need to have access to. And these are some of the things that, you know, people like to ignore. But anyway, let's continue. So I'm done with that spiritual hack. Thank you so much, Miss Samel. Thank you for the roses. I love your skin. What products do you use? I use the sun. I use the sun. Great reasoning. Thank you. Why am I affected by the full moon? We will get back to that later. Are you a man or a woman? Nicholas, thank you. So we continue. Super. Another spiritual hack. We continue with the spiritual hacks. Now, Another spiritual hack is that people don't ask me about my makeup or whatever. Like literally me, I don't have to. I swear to God, there are beauty influencers out here who they dedicate their pages specifically for that. And me, I also learn from them. Oh, I'm not a makeup influencer or something. So just look around. There are people who've dedicated whole pages to makeup and teach people. Don't ask me about makeup. Just, see it, and then if you want to copy, just copy it with your eyes. Yeah, people who can copy. So just copy and don't ask me so much about it, Aki. I swear. You are distracting me from the class. Now, another spiritual hack is that people don't need to open their mouths to tell you who they are. People don't need to open their mouths to tell you who they are. Guys. There are so many people who you wait to be told. The writings are always on the walls. And when I talk about the walls, even the physical appearance of someone. Trust your vision of the physical appearance of someone. The church is teaching you to hate yourself and judge yourself so that when you see the truth in other people, instead of you taking that truth and actually putting it on the table as truth for your own analysis and observation, you turn on yourself and you say you are being mean. So people are people pleasing, people please, and the consequences or the repercussions of people pleasing. People's ass. You want to booty lick. For you to get favors. Guess what? Booty licking will get you the job, but it is the same booty licking that will take away your voice from your throat like, nya. You'll booty lick, you'll please, and you'll get into the office. But guess what? It is that same people pleasing that will make sure you have no opinion at the table. So you always decide, my dear. You always decide. You always decide. There are people who they live by that, and then do you know the effect of that? Over time, you develop your body now, the upper part, because the writings are always on the wall. Your body will always sell you out. Your body will always tell us how you are distributing your energy. You will be that person who up here umeja. You are full up and then down nothing. Because your boss is somebody mwenye ameja down and up nothing. So you are balancing them. You are making sure that your energies, they don't get distributed. They don't have roots. They stay up because you are people pleasing. You are letting everybody have their way. You are a doormat. Everybody has their way because you are a nice person. You are a nice person. So everybody's getting their way. At the end of the day, do you know what that will show us in your body? Up here, you will be near. You will be like, and then down, nothing. That is the result. I'm telling you. People who are the stuck-ups, the people who step on others, the people who make others their doormats, they will always be very much down. Much down, and then up, not so much. But balance should be down, you are balanced, and up, you are balanced. All of it should be balanced. Now, if you are somebody who you find yourself, you have such proportions, please work on your people-pleasing tendencies. Work on your people-pleasing tendencies so that you are not. Anyway, another spiritual hack is that people that need to open their mouth, people don't need to open their mouth to tell you who they are. You can observe people in silence and know their pure intentions towards you without them telling you. So this is the reason why all animals don't talk. But they know because energies don't lie. You'll never see a dog telling you that, by the way, this person had to do this to me. That is why I don't like them. The dog does not wait for a reason to not like someone. The dog will not like you. The moment you lack the central nervous system loyalty, the dog will notice and they will not like you at all. They don't want nothing to do with you. And that is how human beings should behave too. As a human being, you should never wait for someone to do something, to give you a reason. And these are the demonic energy vampires. Energy vampires, they will see that, oh, this person, by the way, me and them, we don't rhyme. And then they will stay to push you until you give them a reason why you don't rhyme. That is you being an energy vampire. We should always behave like animals in the jungle. I am going my way, you are going your way. If we look at each other and we don't match, keep going your way, I keep going my way. You do not need to interact. You do not need to, interact with people who your body, your vessel is speaking to you that, oh, there's something off, there's something off. You see something off, you don't even stay to confirm. And by this time, this is how people not develop karma. People who don't develop karma, this is how they work. Because by the time I'm leaving you, I don't have an explanation. If I see you and something is off about you, I will just ignore. I will just not even give my energy to you. And because I don't have an explanation, I will just wish you well, oh. I will just wish you well like you're a human being existing on this planet like me. I wish you well, but from the way I'm feeling within me, I do not feel called to interact. I do not feel called to go further than this point. So this is where I abort without any, you don't need an explanation, my dear. You do not need an explanation. You do not need an explanation. But then let's get to a point where perhaps you are already inside. We have been walking drunk. Our ancestors walked like drunk people on this planet. They did not, it's like walking blindfolded. We've been walking blindfolded. Our ancestors walked blindfolded. Our parents walked blindfolded. So there are things we did not get to catch on. And so what happens when you've already gotten inside? Now, how do you, there are things you can do to test people to know that, oh, does this, what is my energy with this one? So I'm going to tell you. If you want to know if someone truly loves you, you don't ask them. They can like for example, you are like, let's say you are having a relationship with someone that you want to get intimate with, or you want to love, or you want to ask them like to be my girlfriend or something like that, or be my boyfriend or something like that. And you are doubting their love towards you. You don't have to keep asking them that, oh, do you love me? Oh, do you love? They will keep telling you. If you doubt their love for you, what you need to do is this. Just tell them to cook for you. Tell them to cook for you. Anybody who you are doubting, or you want to test whether they love you or not. Tell them to cook for you. Food is pure energy. And even if they don't know how to cook, there are people who don't know how to cook. Trust me, if someone who has love towards you, even if they don't know how to cook, whatever they will cook, even if it is not ajaiva, whatever they will cook, it will taste really amazing to you. People who love you, even if they cook for you, like a bread or something, it will because food is energy. Food is energy. Now, if somebody doesn't love you for real, there's a hatred somewhere in their subconscious for you. The food they cook, you will not. Even if they are a cook, a chef from Harvard, even if they are a chef in big restaurants where everybody dines, if they don't love you, their food will not go. It will not go. You go try it. You go try it. Cooking is not a guarantee. Lazaro, please go back to the grave, please. My husband doesn't really cook, but he'll buy me food, lol. Okay, what else? Me, I'm just giving spiritual hacks. You can use them or you leave them. Now, another spiritual hack is how you feel about where you live. Now, this one is very important. How you feel about where you live is directly proportional to how your spirit guides feel about you. If you feel your home is not easily accessible, this one I say all the time, if you feel your home is not easily accessible, that's an indication that you are currently in a position where your spirit guides can't easily access you. If you feel your home is not safe and thieves can break in, it means you are surrounded by people or things that are making it easy for you to be spiritually attacked. However, if you love your home and you feel 100% safe in it, but you have friends, okay, but you have friends that complain about it. If you have a home, you feel like it is mali safi, and then you have friends around you or relatives or whoever that complain about it, that's a direct communication that your friends are uncomfortable with your spiritual level and they want you to lower yourself so that you're able to accommodate them. There are people who will always tell you, oh, I feel like your house is, I don't know what. Listen. Whenever people are making comments, people will tell you who they are. The writings are always on the walls. The problem is your bearing can be somewhere else. You are busy looking at something else, but your ancestors are trying to tell you, hey, this is what is going on. So also, when you are somebody who you feel like your house is not accessible, you just stand and you look at your house and you're like, I feel like this place. How you feel towards your home, how you feel towards your physical environment where you exist in, is directly proportional to how the spirit guides. You know what spirit guides are? The butterflies flying around. Things around you. You are your environment. So if you feel like your environment is suppressing you, know that your spirit guides are feeling suppressed to access you. If you feel like your environment is too far from I don't know where, then it means that you yourself, you're very far from where your ancestors can access you and your spirit guides. So listen to that. Listen to that, okay? Also, always just, when you come to the house, inside the house now, maybe just note this down. Your sitting room, how your sitting room is arranged and how it is. Your body is always working in the background. Some of you think you're so smart up here that you think the body is not doing its own thing. The body is the one arranging that house to look the way it looks. And so the body will arrange your house to look like your reputation, your outside image. So your sitting room will always look like your outside image. When you see people's sitting rooms, know that is what their outside image looks like. When you go into their kitchen, know that is how their health looks like. And also look at your kitchen. Know that is how you are. If you have a big kitchen, it is directly translated, because that vessel of yours, that is what it likes. That is what it's settled for. Out of all the things on the planet, it also has its own language. It also has its own arrangements to make the environment conducive for it. So sometimes make it a habit of getting out of yourself to just observe what yourself do. What yourself would rather do with all the aesthetics in the world, with all the styles in the world, with all the interior decorations in the world, with all the shapes and figures of buildings in the world. What your body would rather choose, that is a representation of what is going on inside of you. When you look at somebody's toilet, washroom, finances, the feeling you get, also always observe yourself. Also always observe yourself. The first feeling you get when you look at something, that is what it is. When you look at people's bathroom, the first feeling you get from that is their finances. You get into people's bathrooms, you've just looked into their finances. And then when you get to people's bedrooms, you've looked into their sexuality, their sexual life, their private life. So that's what it is. That's what it is. That's what, tell you the truth. Rely on yourself to tell you the truth. What if you live at home? Now you are still under the care of your parents. You are home now. That is the choices of your parents. So look at the way your home is arranged, then you will know the choices of your parents. Now I'm talking to adults. Here I'm talking to people who are 20 past, or in their late 20s, early 30s. Those are people who have their homes. Those are the people I'm talking to. But then if you are still a child, you just still judge your house according to, your parents. According to your parents. Yeah. So never rely on people telling you the truth. When people open their mouths, words are clothes. You know, out of the entire animal kingdoms, it is only human beings that have clothes. It is only human beings that have words, that they communicate in sound. And literally, it is only human beings that have clothes, because it is only human beings that can communicate. And so the moment people are opening their mouths, don't think they are opening their mouths to speak the truth. All they do is conceal, mirror, or drive, string along. You know, people, when they open their mouth, they're actually trying to be their own lawyer. Anytime somebody is opening their mouth to talk to you, know that they're trying to be their own lawyer. They're trying kujitetea. They're trying to be, you know, their own kujitetea. They're looking out for their own interests. So if you rely on that as where you deduce the truth from, then you will be lost. You will be lost. Shift your focus to energy. Read people through energies. Read people through energies, because the moment people open their mouths to speak, they are now telling you the state of their central nervous system. So sometimes you don't even have to listen to the words. You just have to listen to the tone. You know, these are some of the ancient secrets of our ancestors. You just have to listen to, use your eyes and use your ears and use your nose before you use your mouth. Use your eyes, use your ears, even your eyebrows. Your eyebrows, they represent your feelings. How people draw their eyebrows. When you see people drawing, and this is why eyebrows change. I pity people who tattoo their eyebrows, because you know you've placed a permanent feeling on your eyebrows, and yet we live in a society where feelings change. Today we will have feelings, tomorrow we will have none. The next day we will have a line, and we move. The next day we will dye them. We will change the color of our feelings. Eyebrows, they represent your feelings. So you should always use your feelings, your eyes, your ears, your nose before you use your tongue, before you use your mouth. Yes. So we continue. From that particular topic of spiritual hacks, I'm going to move on. And I feel like this topic, it is going like this. So I'll come back to geopolitics. Anyway, so I'm going to move on to the elements. And I'm going to tell you just a short topic. This is a short topic to tell you guys. If you have gifts in the comment section, please gift Dr. Umazo. Dr. Umazo, thank you so much. I appreciate you. And especially if you're a man, you know, in my comment section, man. You know, men are not people who take things for free. So if you're a man and you have a full pockets, please destroy my page right now with gifts, okay? As you sit and absorb this knowledge that I'm giving. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. Even though when you guys send and I'm not talking, I am appreciative so much. So please, Mother Earth, thank you so much. Broly, thank you. Pretty Brown, thank you. The women are always spoiling me so much. I appreciate it. Dr. Umazo, thank you for is it the perfume? Thank you. I appreciate it so much. I appreciate it. So this one I'm going to now tell you. Oh, Cherita, thank you so much. That looks so cute. Thank you. Shiku Kibera, thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate you guys. So, you know, on this planet we have different signs. So even before I proceed, I want to talk about the air sign specifically. Because the air sign, if you are an air sign, know that you are intellectually spiritual. You are intellectually gifted. Okay? And it is you guys, it is the air that is used mostly by people who are in spiritual awareness to control the winds. All right? When you hear the mainstream talking about going on air, we are going on air. It's almost like they are spraying something. They are spraying something in the air. You know, they're spraying knowledge, they're spraying information. And information is spiritual. It affects people in a certain way. So I want you to get into the awareness of air sign. The air that we breathe in and out. There's a lot of communication that goes on. And this is even the reason why we have communicable diseases, like diseases that you get through communication. Your level of vibration determines the type of communication you get. You know, certain people think that, oh, because I live in Kenya, I am going to access this information. No. The level of vibration that you vibrate at dictates what type of information you get because of the air that you breathe. If you are loyal to your vessel so much that you've made sure that it is vibrating high, then you rise high above, even in air, pyramid. You rise on top of the pyramid. So the type of air that we breathe, they form a pyramid. I want you to see an invisible pyramid. Oh, thank you so much. I want you to see an invisible pyramid when it pertains to air. At the very bottom of the pyramid is the lowest level of vibration. The lowest level of vibration. Like as you breathe in oxygen, you breathe out. There are certain vessels that are so dirty that the oxygen that comes out of them is contaminated already. The moment they breathe in, they are breathing in that dirt, and then they breathe out dirt again. Or they can even go and breathe in clean, and then they contaminate that clean that they breathed, and then by the time they are breathing it out, when they breathe it out, they release it into the atmosphere. And in microbiology, we studied that in the atmosphere, we just have different microbes existing at, even right here, when I take this air like this and I take it into the lab, I'll find that there's microbes here. So the airs are always there. But your level of vibration now makes you susceptible to certain microbes now. Because microbes, they exist. There's nothing you can do about them. You cannot erase them. They exist. They are the spirituals that cannot be seen with the naked eye. When you hear micro, they are the spiritual that cannot be seen with the naked eye. So the lowest level of vibration is like at the bottom of the pyramid. And as you rise to the top of the pyramid, now there is another type of air. Like for example, if I am high vibrational in Kenya, and I breathe in, and I breathe out, literally if we are only two high vibrational people in the world, like one is in Kenya and one is in Russia, what I breathe in and what I breathe out, that exchange will only happen between me and them. At the bottom of the pyramid, you will not access the air that they breathe. And so if you want to get yourself away from low vibrational, you must understand and understand the concept of smoke signals, using smoke to communicate, literally using air as a form of communication and using air as a form of attack. Because there are certain things when you release them in the air, through mainstream media or through what, it makes people abide or hold on to certain beliefs that makes them immunocompromised, therefore ready for invasion with certain types of microbes. Okay? So I hope you guys are comprehending what I am talking about. And this also goes to people who like smoking, people who like using, smoke, whether it's cigarettes, whether it's MJ, whether it's whichever smoke you engage in. Also know that this concept happens. The moment you are engaging in smoking, you are holding a communion with people from all over the world who engage in smoking that substance that you are smoking. And the people who are topographically close to you are the ones who affect you the most. So also know that smoke signal is not a thing that only happens in the physical. It starts in the spiritual. In the spiritual, there are smoke signals. There are smoke signals that people use to communicate. There are smoke signals that people use to communion, to pass information from one person to another. So also as you engage in the system of smoking, also know that smoking will connect you to, especially people who are around you, who vibrate at your same level and are engaging in that. Know the mathematics as well. They must be engaging in that. They must be your level of vibration in order for you to communicate. I hope you guys are comprehending. So this is me talking about the air signs. Also as an air sign, you must know that you are this weapon. You are intellectually gifted. You are intellectually spiritual. And so your intellects can be used to the detriment of the planet or to grow the planet. That is upon you to decide. If you are a fire sign, if you're somebody who you are a fire sign, know that you are socially gifted. And let me just not say fire sign. Like if you have strong fire placements, it means you are socially gifted. You are somebody who you can start fire anywhere. Like you can collect people, you can bring people together. You can blaze up or you can destroy things, and literally socially, you are socially gifted. You are the people who are very quick to cancel. You can cancel very quick. You have authority when it comes to social life. And then we have earth signs. Professionally spiritual. You are the people who are professionally gifted. Your profession is something that can literally change the world. When you are an earth sign. So you are the people who are professionally gifted. And then we have people who are emotionally gifted. These are the water signs. You can teach through emotions. You are the people who you can cry and somebody changes their mind. Your emotions, you can produce a movie that literally changes the world's perception of something. Like literally you are emotional. Tapping into people's emotion for you is not difficult. You know the way. And tapping into the collective emotions for you is not difficult. So everybody must always hold on their thing tightly. Take your job seriously. These are the jobs we get given by the universe. When you hear spiritual people talking about we are employed by the universe. These are the jobs. When you are a fire sign, what are you supposed to be doing here? When you are an earth sign, what are you supposed to be doing here? You know, the career system of the white man is misdirecting you. Telling you, become a doctor. They don't tell you that, oh, by the way, because you were born during this particular point in time, these are the things that are naturally gift of the Holy Spirit, that are naturally staunch and strong in you. Therefore, this is what is the best for you. No, they don't do that. In the colonial system. In the colonial system, only if you are intuitive enough will you fall into your system where you belong naturally. If you're somebody who you follow your intuition and you listen to your body, that is the only way you will hack the colonial system, because now you will function from intuition. When you function from intuition, intuition automatically directs you into the true path that is yours. Now, if you're somebody who you don't follow intuition, especially our men, our men are not intuitively gifted. Those are the ones who are lost the most. Most men of our generation are a lost cause. That's why we have the world brewing war right now. They're very weak spiritually. So the moment a system is set up to disorient them or to mislead them or to divert them, it's very easy for them to divert. This is why I always say never trust any man. As long as a woman is involved. Even if that man is the president of a nation. Even if that man is the king of England. Never trust any man as long as a woman is involved. Men are very easy to divert because they are not intuitively present. Or their intuitive presence is not strong. You see the way men are strong in the physical. Now that is how women are in the spiritual. So men are weak in the spiritual. The same way, you wouldn't fight a man in the physical if you are a woman if you're a normal woman, a common woman who has not taken any need to, to become masculine. You wouldn't fight a man in the physical realm. That is the same way a man cannot fight a woman in the spiritual. A man cannot fight a woman in the spiritual. And this is what they are trying. The white man, or not even the white man. This, I don't even know how to call them. These people who have been driving the capitalism world, wanting to access the female, because to them it's very attractive when a woman is a wader in the spirit realm, because we have women who are waders. The same way you see men walking around wading in the physical, know that there are women just as waders in the spiritual realm. And men who are in charge, the homosexual men especially, because colonization started with the homosexual men. Let's just tell the truth. It was a concept of homosexual men, wanting to control both the physical and the spiritual. So even up to today, they try so hard to be waders in the spiritual, but it's a woman thing. Only women can go to the moon, as I always say. Now, after that, after telling you guys about your own personal employment. Take your employment seriously. Stop listening to people who are laughing. People will always laugh at you when you're an amateur. You know, when you start something, you'll suck at it. You'll produce nonsense. So also be somebody who you are okay with shame. Every artist that become excellent passes through shame before they become excellent. So be somebody who you are serious with the job that brought you here. If you know you are professionally gifted, take your profession seriously and take up space. If you know you are emotionally gifted, take your emotions seriously and take up space. If you know you are intellectually gifted, take up your intellect seriously and take up space. If you know you are socially gifted, take up your socialness seriously and take up space. Because let me tell you what, if you sit to wait for a certificate from Harvard, you will wait for the rest of your life. Stop waiting for certificates from what university, what. We have access to everything right now. Sirius is back. We are not the only ones who are having internet, by the way. We are not the only ones who are using devices to communicate. These things have been done in history over and over again. Sirius is always coming back. So right now, Sirius is back. Go and learn what you need to learn. Thank you so much. I appreciate you so much, my dear. Guys, if you have gifts in the comment section, don't forget me. Don't forget. Learn what you feel naturally called. Don't wait. You know, some people you want to wait for, you want to be recognized graduation. Let me tell you, we graduated. Me, I am a graduate. I graduated with microbiology and biotechnology. Let me tell you, there's nothing important there. I will tell you, go through the system. And people who don't want to tell you, who went through the system and don't want to tell you, those are stuck-ups. They just don't want to tell you the truth of how it is nonsensical in university. Especially if you find yourself in a nonsensical course. A course that nobody gives a fuck about. It is just there to hold you. You know, they want to hold a certain, they are holding a certain age group. And then they pour you. They hold a certain age group. They waste your time. And then they pour you. They hold a certain age group. They waste your time. So the more age groups whose times are being wasted, the more useless our society becomes. Get away from, even if you are in university, start looking somewhere else. Do something with your hand. Be somebody who you can do something with your hand. Money is an energy. And this money, you don't get it from, praying to God that please, miracle, miracle, miracle. No. This money, you get it by making your own vessel useful. If your vessel, your body, when I say vessel, I say body. If your body is useless, if your body cannot do anything, you went to university, you studied meteorology. You've never seen a telescope, a functioning telescope. You went to university, you studied a course that you did not even study. It was just jokes. So you spend your entire time joking. Then you graduate, you have a paper. And your vessel cannot do anything. Useless. You will never see money, my friend. You'll never see money. If you're somebody who your vessel is useless, that's why people like Mimi, I can sue. I've learned the art of editing videos. Literally, I want to make myself useful to this generation. That's why I do the things I do. I don't want to be in a place where I cannot make an exchange. Even if TikTok was to disappear today, I'd still make exchange. Come, I sue for you. Okay, it's my energy I'm using. Give me your man. Okay, it's my energy I'm using. Give me your man. If you cannot do that, you are useless. And when you are useless, your body knows. Your body knows when it is useless, when it has not graduated in any class. Now what you'll start doing is looking for people you can leech on. You become a parasite. The moment your big body becomes useless, you become a natural parasite inside the ecosystem. When you make your vessel useful, you rise to the top of the food web. You rise up the food web. When you become useless, you drop to the bottom of the pyramid, bottom of the food web, and then you become a leech. You become a parasite or a virus or a bacteria. Now you're looking for targets. Your work is to look for targets who you can leech on, and then it becomes messy. And yet we can avoid all that low vibrational, activities in Africa by just telling our people, make yourself useful. Be somebody who you can even dance. You know, somebody can call you, hey, I have a birthday. Come dance, I give you something. You know, be somebody who your vessel can do something, my friend. The white man lied to your ancestors. They lied to your grandparents. They lied to your parents. Now you get out, my friend. Get out of that cycle. Get out of that cycle. And as I finish the elements, as an element, do what brought you here. If your vessel cannot actively engage in exchange, and you know the highest you go up the pyramid, the pyramids were left for us as a pathway for us to follow. The higher you climb up the pyramid, the more your vessels also starts looking like a tourist attraction. You don't need to go get BBLs if you have natural confidence. You don't need to go get lips if you're somebody who you naturally speak the truth. And so the universe in itself will give you the things that makes you a natural tourist attraction. And when you're a natural tourist attraction, then other tourist attraction sites will want to have exchange with you. They'll want to have an active exchange with you. I think that is how you make your vessel becomes more useful. The more naturally you don't need money to be yourself. You need yourself to be money. You do not need money to be yourself. You need yourself. Because the moment you're yourself, some people, they vibrate at the money frequency. Like people just come, hey, can I give you my money? Without them doing anything. Because they've done the inner work so much that everybody's just, can I give you my money? Can I give you my money? It is happening. It is happening. And sometimes you'll be so high vibrational that even without money, you can access services, products, service, like you don't hustle. Somebody is low vibrational, making a lot of money, but cannot even access certain places. So you have to know how to play this game. Know what is necessary. People always want to be around beautiful people. When a beautiful person walks in the room, everyone turns into a people pleaser. You've seen them. Everyone is now, and their spiritual energies just stand like this, sure. And then now that is the focus. And what did that person do? They became their inner authority. When you become an inner authority, you automatically become an outer authority, whether you want it or not. Whether you are the most humble person on the planet, the moment you are somebody you are respecting your inner authority, automatically you become an outer authority. Everywhere you walk, nobody even cares whether you come from Africa or you are an orphan or you come from the trenches. They will not see it. All they will see is the glory of you respecting your body. And anyone who respects their body automatically becomes God to the people who do not. They automatically become like God to people who do not. And then people who are high vibrational, they recognize now other gods. So there is a game that is being played here. The gods are playing, like the gods are connecting with themselves, but the ones down are worshiping the gods. So where do you want to be? Do you want to be the one down looking? Or do you want to be the one who now can see? Because the moment you're a god, you will see gods automatically, even if they are dressed in raggedy clothes on the streets. The moment you're God, you will see gods. So just raise your vibration, babies. Babies, that's all I'm saying. That's all I've been saying. We continue. Now, I'm going to talk about the black hole. You know, you will always hear people saying black hole, black hole, black hole, black hole. You know, and when you look at pictures, you know, depictions of black hole it is always the in-between. Okay, the in-between. Black hole are the unknowns. And if I want to describe for you the unknowns, if you observe your life, if you are somebody who you are an observant person, you'll observe that there's always a period between a death and a rebirth, an ending and a beginning. An ending does not get directly into a beginning. Never. And so, your ability to play life successfully depends on how you handle The distance between the end and a new beginning. People get lost in the black hole. People get lost in between here. There's an ending. Like you literally, you are looking like you're somebody who you are manifesting. And then you started seeing results of your manifestations. But then they've not landed yet. So you are in this period where you've let go of your past thoughts. But then on this other side, there's no physical change yet. You've not experienced a physical change yet. You are just about to experience physical changes of these thoughts or belief systems that you've dropped. So you want to see, like you've planted, now you want to see the growth. There's a distance. Before the seed sprouts, there is a distance. And that distance is what is called the black hole, the unknown, the in-between. Now this in-between, there are people who get lost here. They start going back to Missouri. You start going back to Egypt. You start going back to the past. You're like, this is where now this part will start haunting you. They will come like, are you sure you want to let us go? Are you sure you're letting us go? Are you sure? Are you sure that's the way to go? Are you sure you want to get to Canaan for real? But we were so used to here. This place was so comfortable. Why do you want to leave this place? Like those flying monkeys will be everywhere when you are in the black hole. Now, what is the secret of surviving the black hole? Oh, guys, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. What is the secret of surviving the black hole? Silence. Stillness. You have to be an individual where you have the capability of staying still through the storm. You have to be like a tree that has grown in the middle of a river. The waters will pass and you're just chap. That is the only secret. That's the only way you survive the black hole. But some people, they fall back. Some people, they're like, let me just take that one path, please. You fall back. You fall back. The black hole is the point of transition, that in between. And be somebody who you practice Sabali. Sabali. It is called Sabali. Sabali is the art of being patient. People will laugh at you. Your enemies will come, look, doing this. People will terrorize you, even people who you did not believe. You will remain the only one with yourself, with your faith. You will remain on your own, and it is not personal. It is not personal. Those people are just coming, they're just parts of you that are telling you, are you sure? Even your mother, if your mother is telling you something negative, they're just parts of you. They're parts of you that are telling you, are you sure you are choosing this life that you're choosing? Are you sure you're ready for this beginning, new beginning? And now let me tell you when I tell you what patience is. Patience is when you are in the black hole, maintain your energy. Maintain the level of vibration that you had when you got pregnant with that manifestation. When you get pregnant with a manifestation, when you reach the black hole, will be a negative, like this will be looking at it from a negative connotation. But also when you want to look at it from a positive connotation, where you're somebody who you are manifesting something that is not vibrationally to you. Maybe you are being stringed along. Somebody was manipulating you. Somebody was presenting you with an illusion as truth. And so you started manifesting them actively. Remember, any slight, when you are still at the black hole, this is where you make the changes. Any slight raise in your vibration, you mismatch that manipulation. So always also look at the black hole as a place where you can rise in manifestation, or you can rise in vibration and miss the manifestation if it was wrong for you, or you can drop in vibration and miss a manifestation that was right for you. I hope somebody's getting what I'm talking about. So always know how to stay. You stay focused. You maintain. If you want the manifestation to come for real, you maintain so that you don't miscarry. You don't incur a miscarriage. You maintain the vibration. The moment you raise vibration a little bit, there's a mismatch. The moment you lower your vibration, there's a mismatch. So we continue. So that is the science of the black hole. Now, before I continue, today people are many. Guys, thank you so much for being here in this live today. Thank you, Tenandra, my dear, you've arrived. Tenandra is my usual. Thank you so much for the gift. Guys, if you have gifts in the comment section, please send me gifts. Okay? Me, I will not beg. I want the gifts because I'm also giving you knowledge. Okay? So please send me gifts if you have gifts. And then people who... Gifting is not easy. Oh, thank you guys so much. Thank you guys so much. You can tap the screen, my dear. You know, and also don't over tap. Yani, just use your vessel responsibly. There are some people who, when I say tap the screen, they tap the screen until now the thumb is tired. No, just do like just be somebody who you are. Mungwana, kuwa mungwana, pole, you know, unafanya, you know they overdo, you know they underdo. You just do enough now. You just do enough now. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. Yes. I also don't want people to misuse their vessel in my name. Everybody wins. So I'm going to continue. January revision, and I love this part. This is my favorite part for today. So this is why I want to go with it. And yeah, let me just find where my stuff are. Yes, so this is my favorite part for January revision. You guys, you know what we did in January? You know what we did in January. So today I want to teach you about certain things about January. Just to revise, you know, what we've been doing. And in this section, I have 2 sections for January revision. I'm going to need people, my students specifically, those who are loyal, who are always here. I want you to engage in this experiment. It's just a spiritual experiment to see magic. If you want to like see intentionally spark magic or spark the universe, you know, frequencies and stuff, engage in these experiments. I have 2 experiments. You can decide to engage in both or one. I'll just need maybe 10 people only. And as I continue also, if you love my lives, I do them every Wednesday. There's a way you can subscribe. There's a subscription button somewhere. If you care too much to subscribe, I know you will find it and subscribe. If you feel called to subscribe so that you come here always and listen to these gems and listen to us go through the year together, subscribe. When I started this live in January, I had 11 subscribers. My second live, I had 14 subscribers. My third live, I had, I'm not sure. And then right now I am at 21 or 22 somewhere. Like that is, we are climbing. Forward ever, backward never. Please subscribe to the live. If you have money, if you're somebody who you can pay your bills, you are independent, you are a free bird. I need the birds to subscribe. I need the free birds to subscribe. So please subscribe and let's continue. So, in January, the most important things that we learned, I'm going to just do it very precise. I'm not going to go with you in details. I'm just going to cover up like above what we did. So what we learned in January was, the holy science. All right, we learned about the holy science. And maybe I can also give some students chances to say, oh, Stachero, thank you so much. You're so cute. Thank you so much. So maybe I can give you guys also chances to just say in the comment section about the things that we learned in January before I step into this and start telling you now the tea. Start spilling the tea of the experiments. I'll need people to carry out these experiments. It's for your own benefit. So carry it out if you want. If you don't want, pia aisulu. Hakuna kubembeleza. Hakuna kubembeleza. Know thyself. Yes. Totems, yes. Totems was my favorite because the concept was new. Yes. Cosmic rhythm, yes. October reproductive, yes. I see my students. Numerology, zodiac sign, body parts, yes. Now, I'm going physiognomy. Yes. Guys, you know the 12th body. Yes. Now, this 12th body part is what I'm going to emphasize on today. And I'm going to teach you how to maximize. Now, we know that January molds your heel. February molds your feet. March molds your head. April molds your neck. May molds your arms. June molds your chest. July molds your heart. August molds your stomach. September molds your pelvic hips. And then October molds your reproductive system and reproductive organs. November molds your thighs. And then December molds your knees. Now, from this particular system, this is where the story of Mzekobe and Sungura comes from. This is where the story of Mzekobe and Sungura comes from. And why? Because every month, you look, and by the way, let me tell you, every month, as I said, January molds your heel. Every month you will look different depending on the energy you've mastered. People don't look the same. You always see, even content creators, you know, they are the best study case for the public. You see certain content creators in certain months, they look a certain way. Some of them, they injure certain parts of their body in certain months. Some of them, they look, you know, they don't look the same consistently. And the secret here is every month you look different depending on the energy you've mastered. So for example, if in January you've not mastered, I know myself. If you're somebody who you don't know yourself, in January you will not look peng. If you're somebody who you don't believe in yourself, in February you will not look peng. You know, you only look peng on the months that you've mastered. Hey guys, today we've reached 1,000. You only look peng on the months that you've mastered. So guys, I'm even opening your eyes to be proper public scrutinizers. When you look at people, you know, you see a content creator, they look a certain way in certain months, it will tell you which energy they've mastered. If they are somebody who they don't know themselves, they will look, you know, especially their root chakra, their Achilles heel will have issues, and then they will not, people look, and then people who've mastered their self-knowledge, people who know themselves, they will look peng, they will look overly beautiful in January. People who have mastered self-belief, they will look overly beautiful in February. Like, it goes like that. The equilibrium shifts like that. Those who don't have it, they drop. Those who have it, they lift. Those who don't have it, they drop. Those who have it, they lift. And so this is even it even accompanies the concept of going viral. You know, people who believe in themselves, they will go viral in February. People who know themselves, they go viral in January. You know, like, when you start observing it, you will see it. Right now, maybe you've not observed it, you will not see it. But when you start observing it, you will see it. Now, I will continue with the story now of Mzekobe and Sungura. This is the reason, when you listen to the story of Mzekobe and Sungura, the story of the tortoise and the rabbit. The tortoise and the rabbit and the tortoise, they start at the same point. But then the tortoise wins the race. Why? Because the tortoise, when you look at the back of the tortoise, it has 13 months. It is divided into 13 different shells, so it has 13 months. So the tortoise is always there to tell us that don't hurry. In January, work on your heel. Work on you knowing yourself. Don't hurry. There are people who are rushing through January. They're like, cha, like the rabbit. Like the Sungura. In January, they've passed it. No self-belief. They are chasing the future. They are chasing Capricorn. They are chasing, you know, to the future, but then they are not utilizing the months. So the tortoise utilizes every month. So in January, the tortoise is glowing in self-belief, in self-knowledge. In February, the tortoise is glowing in self-belief. In March, the tortoise is glowing in authenticity. So the tortoise will seem like they are moving slow. But you know what? They are not moving slow. They are touching every corner of their life. The 12 houses of astrology. Supposed to be 13, but 13 is the space. So 13 is what we call the space, the ether, the black hole or the space. Now the 12 houses. You must must work on every house. You cannot skip. You cannot just wake up and you from January, you are holding on to one house. You are holding on to one house. So you are strengthening one house. You know, look at the way we used to do exams back in high school. There are these people who, in all subjects, they make sure, like literally, they did not lead in any subject. They did not lead in any subject, but they are number one. That is the story of the tortoise. Because they've balanced in every subject. They are number 2 in one subject. They are number 3 in another subject. Number 4 in another subject. Number 2 in another subject. So you find out that they did not lead in any subject, but they are number 1. And then there's somebody who got 100% in one subject, and they are number 99. So you choose. Also, as we move on, you choose, and also always know that every month you look different depending on the energy you've mastered. At the end of every month, we get marks. At the end of every month, we get marks. At the end of every month, we get marks. And then Luos would say Osembo. Osembo at the end of the year. At the end of the year, you get your crown chakra. Depending on how you performed in month 1 all the way to month 12. House 1 all the way to house 12. I hope that is making sense to somebody. So, here is the experiment 1. Here is the experiment 1. Guys, they call Africans lazy. You know, the most stereotyped, the most perpetuated. I don't know whether that's a word. I don't care. But the most pushed stereotype about Africans is that we are lazy. And today, this is the experiment. I want you to embrace it as an African, because I'm going to give you the reason why they call Africans lazy, so that you decide for yourself whether it's true or not. Now, in ancient Africa, one thing you will know about our ancestors is like they like dancing a lot. And each and every tribe in Africa has mastered a different dancing style. When you go to Ethiopia, they will do their necks. You go to South Africa, it's their leg. You know, you go to South Sudan, it's their ass. You know, you go to... So, they knew that the day is the same as the body and it's the same as the year. I'm still coming back to this concept that I love so much. This is my ancestral philosophy. The day is the same as the body and it's the same as the year. So, remove the day. Actually, leave the day there. Now, you want to get to the year. The day is the same as the body. The day is the same as the body and the same as the year. So, it means that when you work on this, you're already getting here. When you work on this, you're already getting here. So, it is upon you to choose. Do you want to work on this to get here, or you want to work on this to get here? Or you want to use this through this to get here? Now, how? What am I talking about? In ancient Africa, they believed that different parts of the body represent different areas of your life. Different parts of your body represent different areas of your life. And that was our entire topic in January, the holy science. So, for example, your neck represents your support system. So, when you are not a lazy person, when you are somebody who is not lazy and you know that your neck represents your support system, you will go out and start begging people to be your support system. That is when you are not lazy. You will go out starting to make connections. You know, I need connections, I need a support system. But if you are a lazy person, do you know what you will do? You will stay inside your house and exercise your neck every single day. Every single day. You want support in your life? Every single day. Just wake up and exercise your neck and go to sleep. This is why I'm calling this an experiment. Not everyone can engage. But I just want you, as somebody who is willing to engage, shift your focus to working on parts of your body instead of actually going out to seek. And then see what parts of your body will attract. Africans, that is what they used to do. Africans would dance and things would happen. Africans would dance because they know that if you are stamping your feet down, you are working on your Aquarius and Pisces. Your self-knowledge and self-belief. They knew that when you're working on your knees, you are providing ways to utilize yourself. So you don't really need to go out to look for a job, door to door. You just exercise your knees and then watch the doors open. If you want confidence, you don't have to go around, seeking it from people for people to see that you're confident. You can just shake your ass. If you want balance, you can just sit down and shake your ass. It will sound stupid to people who have colonial infiltrations in their lives, but as somebody who, especially experiments are good for people hawana mbele wala nyuma. You have no front or back. Like you are literally trying anything. If you're that person in the comment section who you are trying anything, you're willing to try anything just to see change in your life, try that. Instead of going out to look, make sure what parts of your body, if you want to think for yourself, if you want to be somebody who you naturally think for yourself and of yourself, exercise your arms. If you're somebody who you want to be authentically yourself, exercise your head and your face. If you want to be somebody who you feel more, exercise your chest. If you want to be somebody who you analyze better, exercise your stomach. And you will see your life pangaiti. They will call it witchcraft. Or they will say, "Uya menge Illuminati." Be ready if you use that. Because now when you're doing this, when you're doing such kind of things, you are actually communicating direct to the ear, direct. You don't need to struggle. Try that experiment if you are interested. Now, the experiment 2 is this. I hope there are people who will try that experiment. What a wonderful perspective. Thank you. I hope there are people who will try that experiment. Thank you, guys. If you have gifts in the comment section, please shower me. And also my tapas. Let's get to 200K, yo. Let's get to 200K. I will. Yes, try it. Try it. And as you try it, it's an experiment. I will check with you. Guys, I will check with you guys. Hey, Mr. Eve, I see you. Thank you so much. Jack, Keke, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Stamping feet. Self-belief and self-knowledge. When you see South Africans stamping their feet like that on the ground, know that they are the custodians of self-belief and self-knowledge. When you see Ethiopians doing this to their neck, know that they are the custodians of self-support. When you see Sudanese shaking their ass, know that they are the custodians of confidence. My friend, the writings are always on the wall. Try it. We are in 2024. You have nothing to lose. Anyway, I'm going to the next experiment. Now, because I told you about during January, I taught you guys about how each and every day comes with a specific planet. Every day comes with a specific planet that is there to help you work on a specific area of your life. Now, I want you to start paying attention. Start asking yourself, pay attention to how thoughts you have on Monday differ from those you have on Tuesday. See how the planets are the catalysts and how we don't choose our thoughts. They come depending on on which planet is strong. Now, a lot of people are living aimlessly like drunkards. You think that when you wake up on Monday, the thoughts that you are thinking on Monday, you think that they're just coming. The thoughts that come to you on Monday don't come to you on Friday for a reason. The thoughts that come to you on Wednesday, they don't come to you on Monday for a reason. And so this particular experiment, I want you to start observing how those thoughts are different. I want you to observe yourself on a Tuesday and record it. Which thoughts come to you on Tuesday? Which thoughts comes to you on Wednesday? Which thoughts comes to you on Friday? And then start aligning them with the planets. Then you will see. You'll see that on Monday, because of the moon, you will automatically be thinking about certain things. You think you choose your thoughts. You don't. The planets, they do. The planets are the catalysts. On Tuesday, you think that you are naturally thinking. No, it is the planets that decide for you that, by the way, these are the issues we are handling today. The planets are the teachers. They come to class every day. I want you to start seeing the planets as the teachers. On Monday, I want you to sit in class with the moon. I want you to envision yourself sitting in class with the moon. On Tuesday, I want you to envision yourself sitting in class with Mars. On Wednesdays, I want you to envision sitting in class with Mercury. On Thursday, Jupiter. On Friday, Venus. On Saturday, Saturn. And then on Sunday, Sun. Those are different teachers. And let me tell you, they will bring exams. Mercury, when you hear Mercury is retrograde, no, teacher Mercury has come with an exam. Teacher Mercury has come with an exam. When you hear Venus is retrograde, teacher Venus has come with an exam. When Mercury comes with an exam, Wednesday is the day of communication. So Mercury comes to test you. What type of relationship do you have with the communication between your body and you? How are you guys communicating? So Mercury comes to test. Have you been listening? Have you been listening? So also get into the awareness of that. And as my students, I want you to listen and note down. If you can note down, you will utajishika. You will know yourself more than you ever, and then that will help you ascend in ways that nobody in Harvard ever will. That will help you ascending, because you come here to master self. You don't come here to master some other things outside of self. You come here to master yourself. So master yourself and see the program, my friend. See the program and get on with the program. Now be somebody who you are awake. You are not a drunkard passing through life. You are awake. You are seeing, you're seeing, and go with that. Go with that so much that by the time I am bringing exam as well, then you are able to see, because I will also have my exams. I will also have my exams. But anyway, that is what it is, guys. Those are the things that I had for you today. So now, before I move into the geopolitics, because now here we are going to talk nasty, we are going to talk the way that it is, and we are going to differ also. Also, get into the habit of differing, like disagreeing agreeably. Get into the habit of people not agreeing with you, because as nobody sees what you see. Nobody sees what you see. So me, when I come here with geopolitical views, I am telling you from my own eyes. Nobody else has my eyes on this planet but me. And you are allowed to say from your eyes too. And then somebody else is allowed to say it from their eyes too. But at the end of the day, when the universe brings back results, then we will see whose eyes were seeing clearly. Which is okay, you know. So that is what we do. Don't be afraid to say how you see things. Don't be afraid to engage with people in how you see things. At the end of the day, we are all here to learn. We are all here to learn. Nobody's perfect. We are all moving towards learning. So as I get into the geopolitics and world politics, have that in mind. Know that this is how I look at things, and you are on my page, okay? So when you're on my page, you are subjecting yourself to my microscopic entry into your auric field. And this is what I'm here to project today. So with that, we continue. But before we continue, let me just give because now I'm transitioning to go from clean content to now content that is projected. And this is why I'm calling it gossip. Okay, now I'm transitioning from clean content to now gossip. So tafadhali, if you have tea where you are seated, also you can pour your tea. Because now this is tea. This is tea that I'm going to be talking about here. And I'm not going to be afraid to talk about the tea. So guys, yeah, transition with me. There are also chakras associated with the days. Yes. We will get into those as we go. For now, take what has been given. Also, if you have gifts, Cherita, thank you so much. Nola, thank you. People with gifts, Stella, thank you. Nola, I appreciate it. Stella, merci. Thank you. Hey, your name. Yesude Yamadesu. Michelle. Good life. Thank you. Stephanie. Is this the Stephanie on Instagram? Gracias. Thank you so much. Nola, thank you. Are you the Stephanie I know? Amanda, thank you so much. Amanda, thank you. Nola, thank you. Amanda, thank you. Nola, Amanda and Nola. Blessed joined the chat. Thank you, Blessed. Yamadesu, thank you. Giti, thank you. Hightides, thank you. Tuskas, thank you. Guys, thank you so much. I appreciate it. High Tides, I appreciate it. Also, chai inakam. Now I remember I need Kericho. Chai is coming. Chai inakuja moto kama pasi. Now let's start with geopolitics. When we start with geopolitics, I just want to tell you what I've been grasping in the air, by the way. What are the things I have been... I interact with certain people. And I see things from a certain perspective. So that is what I'm going to be projecting here today. Now, when we're just talking about our geopolitics, I want us to focus on Africa. You know, our state right now. And we need to tell each other the truth. There's this Nigerian guy who came, and he used to be a Nigerian actor. And he came and he was talking about how the Igbo, not Igbo men, but Igbo people, how they dominate everywhere. And the fact that Igbo people dominate everywhere has been an issue with other countries, such as South Africa, Kenya. You know, people talking that, oh, Nigerians are everywhere. And it has not been an issue with Africa only, even abroad. I'm sure before you knew anything was anything, you heard that people talking negatively about Nigerians. You know, only for us to come and realize that literally it is the competitiveness of the Igbo. Igbo are people who, they survive anywhere. And we can see, like, literally the writings are on the wall. These are like some of the smartest people on the planet. You know, surviving everywhere. So when they come into your city, they are survivors. So they come and they are ready to survive and to build. So much that this oomph and zeal in them intimidates the locals. It intimidates the locals. So Nigerians have issues in South Africans accusing them. Also here in Kenya, accusing. Kenyans are even accusing Nigerians of things that their own men do. Is it Nigerian men who undressed a woman for wearing short clothes? You know, Kenyan men are now hiding behind Nigerian men. Now they are like, oh, you know, it's not us, it's the Nigerian. And yet Kenyan men are the most, you know, Kenya does not have men, by the way. Let me tell you guys who are outside there. In Kenya, what we have here is something else that we were given by England. It is something, these people will never take responsibility. They are the most jealous. Kenyan men are jealous than women. Kenyan men are jealous more than women are jealous. Kenyan men will slander their women, zero disrespect towards women. Kenyan women are the most unsafe women on the planet. And us who live in Kenya, we know you cannot. In Kenya, it's hard to reach my age without being assaulted sexually. If you come to Kenya and you ask, how many people have never been raped or assaulted? Almost everyone will lift their hand. And it starts from the households, from the uncles. You know, when you come to my lands in Kisumu, the drinking. Men are just drinking, beating their wives. That was the time that I was growing up. Also, I have to acknowledge that there is another caliber of Kenyans who are the Gen Z, the ones that are called the Gen Z. Now, this is a different caliber. When I talk about these things, I'm not talking about that particular caliber. That is those are the revolutionaries. I'm talking about millennials and Gen Xers and boomers in Kenya. Bottom of the barrel. But anyway, as I even talk about Kenya, I want to tell you guys, just comparing Kenya geopolitically, and the reason why, like, even our president has a very difficult time is because of the type of people that we have. And if you're not Kenyan, stop listening to certain news by Kenyans. By the way, if you hear anything coming from Kenya, don't react immediately. Just take your time and investigate, because Kenyan mainstream media are literally in bed with the UK, with the colonizer. So what they say, Kenyan mainstream media was the #1 driver towards Gaddafi's death. Like most African leaders we've lost were because the UK has its eye in the Kenyan mainstream media. And so they make even the outside world to hate our president currently. Everywhere you'll find, even right now, and you don't know what the things that our president has done. So much that me nowadays, I don't even want to talk about it. The president that we have literally has managed, you know, there was this debt. The Europeans, they will catch you with debt. They will catch you with the treacherous treaties. And so many Kenyans, they don't know. They don't know about the treacherous treaties that our ancestors signed, that we had to get out of, the debts that are not even, literally debts that are not supposed to be there, that we have. And our president worked so much that we did not have to take Kenya the way Mali had to take Mali. You know, the way West African countries, those West African countries that were taking their countries, us Kenyans, we did not have to take our countries like that, because our president is working not by pouncing, but by walking with the white man through the head. And so it looks different. You know, West Africans were colonized by the French, military. It was coming by force. And then East Africa was colonized by the British, spiritually. And so to get out of a spiritual colony is not the same way you will get out of a military colony. To get out of a military colony, you will require military. To get out of a spiritual colony, you will require spiritual, my friends. And so Kenya is this place where the president is trying. And the people, because they are under a leash of alcohol. Because Kenya literally 20%, 80%, not even 80, 90% of Kenyans drink like drinking of losing self. On a daily basis, we have a looter. So Kenyans are mostly, they are not there. They are not fully there. So Kenyans don't even know what the president is doing. Kenyans don't even know what it takes to drive out of the colonialism and the slavery that we got into. So a lot of them, they talk, and when you see the things, the news, Kenyans who are high vibrational, by the way, this message goes to you because it's your job. When you know you are a high vibrational being inside a country that is full of so many low vibrations, stand bright. A lot of Kenyans who are high vibrational and walk are not bright at all. They don't stand bright. They will not talk. Their throat chakras are blocked. So they are not even showing themselves. They are not even coming out to actually be visible. And guys, because you cannot do that, the other side will win. Because at the end of the day, for you to instigate change, for you to drive change, you need 144,000 fractals. There has to be a fraction that stares into infinity. And if we cannot reach that level of vibration, my friend, the others will win. And you know, Kenya has very hardworking people. Kenya is the country where Kenyans are doing exams for Americans. Kenyans are doing degrees online for other countries, achieving entire degrees. Well, you find that it is a Kenya that dropped out in high school, but it's achieving degrees because of the online academic writing. Like, people are literally going out of their way to look for money. And me, I commend people who go out of their way to make their vessels useful. But most people, they're sitting, waiting, because they're in church. And these church people are the worst. The churches and the drunkards, those are the dominant groups in Kenya. People who go to church and people who are drunkards. Imagine such a combination. So people who live outside Kenya, don't listen to local Kenyan news. You'll be contaminating yourself, and it will make you talk shit about a president that is doing his best and is eventually going to win. Because even as we talk, Nairobi was already placed. You know, when you look at the writings are always on the wall. Nairobi is currently one of the highest tourist destinations. People are already creating content everywhere about Kenya. Hey, I'm in Kenya. It's the best deal. You know, foreigners are coming here. They are loving it. Locals talking shit. Mafi. Yesterday, Kenya was ranked as like one of the top places that investors are coming to. becoming the Kebetik hotspot ahead of Egypt, ahead of Ethiopia. And yet Kenyans are still like, the drunkards are still at the back. You know, they'll never stop. They'll never stop. The best thing we can do is ignore. And I love the way our president ignores. Our president ignores. And that is the military focus we need in 2024. Do the work you need to do. And anybody that stands on your way, ignore them until they die. Because that is the power of life and death that you have. The power of life and death that you have as an individual is where your energy goes, grows. Where your energy does not go, shrinks. Where your energy goes, grows. So that is the power of life you have. Where your energy doesn't go, it shrinks. That is the power of killing and death that you have. So use it wisely. Because we need military focus in 2024. We need military focus. South Africa is already doing what is needed. South Africa is already doing what they need. And when you look at even the map, there's a certain ancient map of Africa that is talking about how West Africa is back of the brain. South Africa is the mouth. You know, when the back of the brain starts working, the mouth starts speaking and the eye starts seeing. East Africa, the eye. South Africa, the mouth. And West Africa, the back of the brain. The West Africans are the back of the brain, meaning they hold the memory. They have our memory. They have our intellectual knowledge. They are holding a lot of our sacred information in West Africa. And then when you go to South Africa, it's the orals. It's the protection. And that is what South Africa is stepping up into right now, to protect humanity when the entire world cannot, because they are compromised. The Arabs could not, compromise because they've also had inhuman activities in the past. So they knew if they went and told Israel, you are not wrong, then they know the Israelites were going to turn and tell them, but you did that. So nobody, the US nobody was there to call this shit out, to call this patriarchal Western system out. But South Africa, and South Africans are truly the ones destined to do it. Now East Africans, when will you start seeing? When will the East Africans start seeing? When will the eye open? When will the eye open to see that the war is between Yang and Yin? When will the eye open and see that the war is between the matriarchs and the patriarchs? And as long as the matriarchs and the patriarchs of Africa keep dividing themselves, we are going to create a whole other reality, my friends. We are going to create a whole other reality that we don't know. Because the matriarchs and the patriarchs of Africa are going to different directions. Patriarchs of Africa know that you cannot do it. There is no you without us. There's no Nilotics without the Bantu. There's no Yang without Yin. There's no male without female. That is the war. That is the war. That is the war. And talking about the tea, you know, when I was in university, there was this tea that was very hot about the president of the US and that Kenyan man. I will not mention names. The Kenyan man was the president and the wife. There was news that blew up when I was in the University of Nairobi, that these are a homosexual couple. Now, me, I don't have a problem with an homosexual couple leading. The problem comes in when you don't say it. You don't tell people that, by the way, this is how we are tuning the spiritual arena. You come and you deceive an entire population and expecting to get away with it. And when this news came out, when I was in the University of Nairobi, it was scrapped off. You know, that is when I noticed the news. When the news came out accusing, you know, Michael, I will just say that it is gossip, guys. It is gossip that I'm passing on to you. When I was in the University of Nairobi, there is news that blew up in the university that Michael and the Kenyan man are not an heterosexual couple. And this news, the reason why it caught my eyes was because of how quickly it was removed. Like literally today, the news was there. And it was everywhere. It was like spreading like wildfire. And then a few moments later, nowhere in the internet. It was nowhere in the internet. So and even the evidences that were provided, It was convincing. So me, I was just waiting to see somebody coming out and saying that, oh, by the way, it's not true, and this is the reason, and this is the reason, and this is the reason. Nobody came out to say whether it's true or not, and the news disappeared from the face of the internet. Only for us to hear years later that European men are trying to land on the moon. That European men, let me tell you, Marty, don't look at life with that eye that you're looking at life with. Right now, anybody can give birth, my friend. Anybody can give birth, anybody. Don't look at life, I'll just tell you, don't look at life with that eye that you're looking at it with. And I'm saying facts. What I'm saying is, it is the gossip that has been around. And I'm just opening you guys to it. Now, if we have two men, and you know, the story of slavery and colonization, when you trace it back to the Greeks, it started with homosexuality. I will tell you guys, men coming together and feeling like women are insignificant. Women need to be erased. When I saw that Michael story, literally it was almost like it was merging, like it never ended. The leading of men leading, it has never ended. It feels like it never ended. And so the men are trying to get to the moon. Men are now trying to get into the moon. You know, you hear people, men are now, they're telling, we are trying to land on the moon. And in Africa, only women can land in the moon. Only women can. Of which, I am not saying that's facts. You know, you can prove us wrong. You can be a man and you can land in the moon literally and prove us wrong. But unless you come out and prove people wrong, there's no need for you to pretend. Because when we run on a society that is led by lies, that lie affects everybody up to the bottom. That is the reason why the war between Luos and Kikuyus has never ended. At the top, we have false matriarchs and patriarchs. We have a false matriarch and a false patriarch. And so that is echoing even at the bottom. You wonder, why do Kikuyus and Luos hate each other? Why do the Hutu and Tutsis hate each other? Why do the certain tribes hate each other? They are the matriarchs and the patriarchs. When there's a mismatch, the mismatch echoes into infinity. Guys, get into the knowledge, public. This is why we, the people, must be involved in how our public life is being driven. Because our public life represents our collective consciousness. And our collective consciousness is what dictates the environments and the conditions we live in. It is our collective consciousness that dictates the conditions we live in. And so when we give incompetent people places of power, the result will show poverty. Wherever you turn your eyes, poverty. And when you look at those poor people, you might, you know, however much, you might think it has nothing to do with you. It has everything to do with you. That's why it is appearing in your subconscious. When you go to places like Luxembourg or something, some European countries are properly well set that they don't even have poor people anywhere. Transport is free. The things that Muammar Gaddafi wanted to put for us, they have it. They took Muammar Gaddafi's concept and implemented it for themselves. So now, us here in Africa, we remained illiterate. Being told, you cannot read any other book. The only book you can read is the Bible. For 400 years. The only book you are allowed to read, the Bible. Your ancestors had an excuse. You know, your ancestors would say, but we were not even allowed to read astrology. But then you are here. Astrologers are always on your face. Hey, by the Mercury retrograde. Information is everywhere. Now all you need to do is raise your vibration so that you are in match with the information that is for you. Because also you cannot fight people. You cannot keep telling people that you are spreading misinformation. That's a job that you will exhaust yourself doing. We are 8 billion people in the world. Everybody can do whatever the fuck they want. Everybody can put out what they want. Because at the end of the day, the way information is passed, the way I told you, smoke signal. Well, your level of vibration automatically dictates the information you bump into. If your level of vibration is false, you will bump into false information. If your level of vibration is confusion, you will bump into law of attraction. Law of attraction. Leave people who are creating foolish content to create. Leave people who are lying to lie. It's not your job. Liars are there because they also have a job. Liars confuse liars. They have their own world going on. If you don't want it, rise above the noise. Rise above the noise and stop talking too much. Don't talk to people too much. Don't correct people too much. Live above the noise. See what resonates, tap. See what resonates, tap. And then preserve your energy for important things in your life. And then you preserve your energy for important things in your life. Now, talking about this, the case that is going on between Israel, South Africa, and blah. Guys, as Africans, I don't know which people are watching me, but we must stand strong, guys. We must stand strong for humanity. We must stand strong for Ubuntu. We must stand strong to question people. You know, right now, South Africa is the one who has questioned. And the way they usually look at Africans are the most disrespected people on the planet. So they look at South Africa and they're like, And this time, let's not allow. This has been happening. Our ancestors did this. The South African ancestors did this before. These things, they don't change until change is actually achieved. So even if we fail right now, we fail to support South Africa in their questioning of humanity, our descendants will have to do it, my dear. We will just wobble, avoiding to make the necessary changes. We will be passing the ball to the future descendants. So if we want to literally reduce the workload of the future descendants, the way we would have wished our workload was reduced by our past ancestors, then let's do what is mandatory. And then somebody's busy saying Congo. Now let me tell you, this thread is one. This thread of Israel. First of all, Israel needs to tell people who are they. Israel did not exist until after World War II. Israel did not exist. It was not a country. It was nothing. So, but when you look at the Bible and when you look at historical books, there is Israel. So Africans, what you need to be asking right now, and what literally need to be seriously asked, ask your neighbors, ask your Israel friends. Because the books that date beyond the birthday of Israel exist. Israel did not start, they did not start mentioning Israel after 1945. Israel has always existed. Israel has always been there since the beginning of time. Now, where is Israel? Where is the true Israel? Because there are people who are wearing Israel clothes. They are saying we are the Israelites. And this concept of Israel is very important because the Israelites are the custodians of the law. Israelites are the Bantu. So this case of South Africa, this case is supposed to tell us, it's supposed to make Israel tell us who they are. Who are they? Where did they come from? And who are the true Israelites whose names have been concealed in history? We need to know. And as we uncover this thing, this string is connected to Congo. This thing is connected to South Sudan. This thing is connected to Eritrea. This thing is connected to Djibouti. This thing is connected to Yemen. That is the reason why, if at all World War III is going to break out, it is going to break out at Yemen-Eritrea border. That's where they supply, as above, so below, as macro, so micro. The movement of oil that is happening there. We need to know who is who. And this question is what is being avoided. Nobody has even asked it so far. You know, even the South Africans, they are also still tiptoeing around it, of which the question will eventually come. Who are the Israelites? Who is you? Where did you come from? Suddenly you are sprouting out of nothing. And yet this shit that you call yourself has always existed. So who are you? And who did you take this name from? That is the question that Africans are supposed to be asking. Because now when we open that can of bees, then that is where you will find, okay, what does melanin mean? Why does the world hate black people? There's so much in this Israel thing, guys. The Israel is just a lead. It's just a lead that is closing a worm of cans that are about to erupt. And people are scared of black people finding out who they are. People are scared of Africans finding out that it's been us the whole time, being talked about. It's been us the whole time. So it's a Pandora box. And what I want you Africans to do is keep holding so that the Pandora box is open. Don't allow the war to happen. They want an explosion. So that the way they did the explosion at the Nagasaki and Hiroshima, the way they did the explosion here in Nairobi in 1998, killing a lot of people. They want an explosion so that there is no question asked and no accountability is held. Because after war, what follows a war is survival. What follows a war is survival. And right now, we don't need to go back to survival. We need to go back to thriving. We need to continue thriving. We need to continue putting our feet on the ground as Africans and continue thriving. But they want a break because the colonizer does not care about the time they waste when it comes to ascension. The moment a bomb explodes or the moment a war explodes, survival is the next thing everybody's going to run to. Survival, that is the natural instinct. And do we want to go to survival now? So spiritually, even when you're holding space, hold space correctly. Do we want to go back to survival? Do we want to go back to where now people are running for their lives? Now we are starting villages again. Do we want to go back to where now people are hating now? Miscommunication now. Do we want to go? No. So let's hold space for what we've built and make sure that this Israel, they tell us the answers we need to know. And South Africa is already holding them by the balls. Stand strong with South Africa. We've lived long in survival. Yes, we are. In fact, things are looking very good for us Africans. And that is what the world does not like. Guys, aren't things looking good? Honestly, even from your individual life, when you look at yourself and you look at your lineage. Because when you're comparing if things are looking good or not, I don't want you to compare yourself to me. When I'm telling you to compare yourself to how things were looking, compare yourself to your mother. Compare yourself to your grandmother. Compare yourself to the lineage you've come from. Aren't things looking good? Aren't things looking good? Things are looking good for the majority of us. Let's hold this is the space they don't want. Because as we continue like this, it is inevitable. Africa is coming to take over. We are the majority. Africans are the majority of the population. When you are the majority of the population, it means you drive culture. You drive business because what you buy is what sells. What you like is what sells. And right now you can see the world is already shifting to start pleasing Africans. European musicians from Hollywood are coming to Africa now. Everybody now wants an Afrobeat. Everybody now wants to identify with Amapiano. Everybody now. It is because Africans are accepting themselves, and the moment Africans accept themselves, they will awaken the ones in the Caribbean. They will awaken the ones in Australia. They will awaken the ones from all corners of the world. And then now, when it comes to buying things, everybody will buy things that are reasonable with them at a personal level. The wigs will now start to disappear because Africans will now start seeing their fellow Africans with hairs that they would like. So who is going to buy the wigs again? Businesses are going to fall in the near future here. So when they predict that an asteroid is coming to hit, an asteroid is like a stone. When you look at stones from their meaning from Bantu, a stone is like a mother. Bantus, they consider stone mother. Like literally that divine feminine spirit. So things are changing. Things are changing. And this change is being orchestrated by us Africans accepting ourselves. As Africans saying that, you know what, even if Gengeton is not being listened to all over, I will listen to it. Or me, I will listen to my local, because I resonate. What you resonate with is what you, we are going back to our accents. We are going back to our accents so much that they are now looking for actors with accents. That's how you sell yourself. As long as you continue to reject yourself, they will sell you what you reject. They will sell you, if you continue as an African, you are rejecting yourself. They will continue representing you in movies with people who do not even sound like you. But when you accept yourself and they say a Kenyan is in a Hollywood movie and it doesn't look like a Kenyan, we retaliate. We tell them, remove that shit there, because that is not what we are. That is where we are headed. So there's no joking around with Africans. People have been placing Africans at the doormats, stealing from African culture, and then calling it their own. It is no longer going to be there. And it's already known. It's already known. Africa looks like a wild jungle that it was in the future. Literally, things are getting out of the... Because as we continue to emphasize on, I know myself. This January, you will have your wig laced in. But trust me, as you continue to repeat the mantra of I know myself, next January, that wig will be itchy to you. You will not even want it on your hair. Because also you must know the concept of hair. Why do they encourage Africans to shave so much? Your hair is your memory. Your hair is your history. Your hair contains memory of your life. And so when somebody looks at your hair, it's like they are looking at a forest that you've built. Your memories. The memories of your life that you've built. Your life story. Now imagine if your hair is not there. And know that you learn from your life story. Anybody who does not have their life story, does not have their history, you forget. And so you cannot learn wisdom from it. But when you keep your hair, when you keep your history, you keep learning from it, you keep referring to it, you keep looking at it. But then when you don't have it, you've lost your history. Now you are back again, you're starting to live afresh. Know what it means to cut your hair. And so the fact that a lot of Africans have not had hair was also a spiritual attack on the African consciousness. Telling us not to have our hair while everybody else is having their hair. Akili ni nywele. Akili ni nywele. Telling us to not have our hair while everybody is having theirs was a demonic action towards our consciousness. Because now it's like they've taken your brain away, literally. And this was a rule so much that African schools, I grew up with no hair. African schools, you're not allowed, especially the ones in the villages. And then they did not allow dreadlocks again, which is a protective lifestyle, which it allows your hair to freeform by itself, to take its own shape. It's almost like allowing your history to take its own shape, allowing your memories to take their own shape without control. Look at things spiritually, guys, also as well. Look at things spiritually too. Don't just be somebody who you look superficially. Look at things spiritually. Ceci, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, I hope you guys have comprehended what I've talked about. When it comes to like world politics, the geopolitics, we need to right now. And before I even finish, Africans, take space. If you are an African, you went to a university, you have some degree somewhere, a paper somewhere. This is now your time, because now we need to overthrow the colonial system. And how you overthrow a system is you get inside of it and you turn it upside down. This is why on my Instagram I was calling out Africans who are like lawyers. You guys need to start reading cases. Cases like Akina Gaddafi's cases need to be in court. Cases like Idi Amin's cases need to be in court, being followed up by certain people. You guys need to employ yourself. Don't wait to be given a bone to chew. There's so many bones. Pick bones and chew them. Pick bones and chew. Africans who are in research, African scientists, Africans who are in medicine, Africans who are in biochemistry. There's a lot of products that is being sold to Africans that are detrimental to the health. And I will be specific, the vape that I've been talking about lately so much. Vape that contains oil. Oil that literally will stick on the covers of your heart and literally shrink your heart, turning you cold on the inside. These things need to be in court. Let us not allow Europeans to make products and just dump them to Africa, make products that are unethical and dump them to Africa, as if Africans do not have protectors, as if Africans do not have scientists who can research these things and actually put them to order. Give yourself a job, guys. We will Kesi Badai. There are so many things that we need to put in order. And you guys are sitting there thinking that there's somebody calling the shots. Oh, Tenanta, thank you so much. You sit back thinking that there's somebody calling the shots, that there's someone somewhere that is going to make the rectifications. Nobody will. Europeans know very well that they killed Muammar Gaddafi in cold blood with no crime. But guess what? Up to today, nobody has ever held them accountable. The evidence is there. Every evidence is there. Museveni even talked about his own side of the evidence. No Kenyan lawyer, no West African lawyer. Nobody has taken the case anywhere. We need to stand up. Stand up and then see how much our ancestors will rally behind you. Some of you don't stand up because you think you don't have support. Stand up and see how much our ancestors will rally behind you. If you are a biochemist or industrial chemist, this vape, the vape that is so much infiltrating Kenyan market right now, take that thing to the lab. Don't just idle around at the universities. You are just idling around at the University of Nairobi doing nothing. Take that vape outside from the market, buy a vape, take it to the laboratory, find out its components. If it is harmful, take it to court. And when you do all that, you will be paid, my dear. When you're somebody who will get your money by yourself, wait for somebody to get you money. We need to do this for Africans. Don't just let us people who talk to talk. Act also on the ground. Act on the ground. Let's protect our people. Right now in Africa, when you look at vape and marijuana, vape and MJ is medicinal to Africans. So a lot of Africans, actually, we grew up with it. And then vape is so detrimental to the health. Vape is around from 2,000 going, the price. MJ is like 50 bob. But guess which one is legal? The white man's. While our own men who should be making billions with their own Mary Janes are being frustrated and taken to court every day. We are not thinking. And it's our people frustrating our own people. Why? While we allow things like the vape to be in the market readily and expensively. Why? Even the policemen. You are not doing your job. You are not fighting for the right cause. You're still fighting for the white man. Certain rules, even the police should just say that, we need to overturn. As Gen Z especially. As Gen Z, we must question the laws. We should not just live by the laws like you're just following blindly. We must know, and we must also know things like electricity supply. How does that concept work? So that we also remove monopoly. There are people who are holding on to things like crocodiles. They don't want to access to information because they know if people get the access to information, things will turn upside down. Poke your noses into these things, especially if it is affecting you on an individual level, like you have somebody who is suffering from something that you can follow up and bring justice to. You are not doing it. Yeah, we need to change things. Our parents, our grandparents lived a certain way. I don't want that. My parents lived as I don't want that. And Gen Zs, that is how we should be. Leave millennials to talk shit. A lot of millennials like talking shit. Let them talk shit. Military focus as a Gen Z. Hold your subject. Take your topic. Take your docket and move with it without listening to the frogs. You move with it, you move with it, you move with it. Because there's a lot of noise from even our parents. They don't know anything. They've been living in this mess. They were blindfolded. Now at least us, astrologically we are favored because we are living at a point in time where the truth is now coming out. Take your favor seriously. Take your favor. Yes, today the network is not freezing because we prayed, man. We prayed. Yeah, there are millennials that take action. There are millennials that take action and they know each other. They know themselves. But also them, because they are millennials, they know just how much demonic a lot of millennials are. A lot of millennials are so demonic that even the millennials that are taking action are having a hard time taking action. Leave the zombies. Leave the zombies. You move military focus. And know that this thing is generational. And if Gen Zs, you will not do it, the Gen Alphas are coming to do it. Know it. Know that pia kuna kubembeleza. In the universal work, nobody will beg you to do anything. You don't do it, somebody else will do it. Somebody else will do it. If you don't do it, you don't change it, somebody else will do it in your lifetime. So please rise to the occasion. Rise to the occasion. Anyway, I'm so... let me see. 2 hours. Anyway, so guys, as we are talking, you are so many today, but I'm almost coming to the end of my life, which will be so sad to leave you guys many, but it's okay. You know, we keep doing this every other Wednesday. You look like Harriet Tubman. That is a compliment. Shoo, shoo, shoo. That is a compliment. Shoo. And before I leave, there's just something I want to say. When I tell you that the war is between the masculine and the feminine, look at it even, and it is mostly between the colonial masculine and the African feminine. The war is mostly between the colonial masculine and the African feminine, because the colonial masculine is the one that is refusing to let go. Is the one that is holding on to the opposite values of Ubuntu. The African feminine is the one that wants systems of Ubuntu to go back to the same. So know that these are the two energies that are fighting each other. So you decide which side you want to support. Decide which side you want to support. As we are the matriarchs of Africa and we are winning. By the way, just before you choose a side, just know we never lose. The African matriarchs, we never lose. Everything goes back to the Divine Mother. The Divine Mother is the one that gets in charge at the end of the day. So in your private life, know how you are perpetuating. Anything you do against the African feminine, you are doing against the universe. Anything you do to please the European masculine, you are doing it against the universe. Anything you do to make the African feminine suffer, the African feminine cry, anything you do to make the African feminine languish in poverty, you are doing it to the entire planet. And anything you also do to support the white masculine with his ideologies, you're also doing it at the detriment of the planet. So choose the side you are on, and you will know the side you are on. Colorism, when it comes to colorism, you will know the side you are on. When it comes to patriarchy, you will know the side you are on. When it comes to perpetuating capitalism, you will know the side you are on. All systems of oppressions are connected to each other. So by just ideologies, the gossips you talk about at home, you will know the side you are on. But at the very bottom or at the very top, those are the issues we are dealing with. The African feminine against the colonial masculine. The African feminine against the colonial masculine. The African feminine against the colonial masculine. So that is what is happening. Anyway, thank you guys. Thank you, Liam, so much. Let's get to 350K as I answer some questions and then I leave. Question: my face is so smooth apart from my eyes and eyebrows, always full of pimples all the time. Your emotions, my dear, your emotions. You have emotions. First of all, I will tell you, pimples, they are there to tell you that, hey, if you see a pimple popping up somewhere on your face, just look at that as there's a part of you that has died. There's an ideology that you are holding on to that is dying. You know, there's a belief system that you had that is dying. And usually it's not a bad thing. It becomes a bad thing when now you don't allow the death to happen. Pimples will always appear on your face to indicate the little things that you're letting go of every day of your life. Now, when they appear on your eyebrows, and your eyebrows is the position of your emotions, then it means that there are certain emotions that you are holding on to that are leaving you, my dear. So let them go. Let them go. How to deal with pimples is let it go. And by the way, you can experiment this. Every time you see a pimple popping up in your eyes, go to your thought processes. And then you'll realize there's a part of you that you let go, that it's dying. There's a belief system that is dying. There's something that is getting out. So that is what it is. Thanks for explaining about the eyebrows tattoo. Stu, I was considering. Don't! Eyebrows change the same way style change. So, emotions, do not tamper with it. Don't make permanent decisions in a world that is cyclic. That's what I'll tell you. Just learn to draw your eyebrows. And you know, when you're somebody who you when you are drawing your eyebrows, you are literally drawing your emotions. So this is why makeup is also very important. And you, as a woman, your ability to take your time with your makeup also shows how patient you are with your own self and your own emotions. Especially if you're a woman, you've learned to draw your eyebrows. It shows the patience that you have with your emotions. Women who cannot draw their eyebrows have zero patience with emotions. So they just want to put a tattoo, and then now they are working with an emotion that is constant. They don't want people to see the emotion come and go. Don't be like, you can be like that if you want. But me, it is hectic to me. Oh, I cannot. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Can you describe what African feminine is? African feminine is just African X chromosome. It's an African XX chromosome. Do skin tags mean anything? What are skin tags, my dear? What are skin tags, my dear? Sweetie, did you lock your hair? Sasa wewe. Hiyo swali ni gani yo? How about stretch marks? Stretch marks just show like how much your skin flex, like stretches itself to accommodate your manifestations. You know, which is a normal thing. It happens. But then now, do you take your time? The aftercare is always very important. Guys, treat your body like your child. You know, people, some of you harass your body. And this is the reason why I can never be around you if you're somebody who you harass your body. Juzi, I was meeting some woman, and she's coming like, oh my God, nimevaa vibaya. Me, I don't care, imagine. Like me, you cannot come to me making fun of yourself and you're expecting me to like you. You cannot come to me being so hard on yourself. Stretch marks show like how hard on yourself you are. So to heal them, you have to be really mama. Like me, I'm so mama with my body, oh. Mama. And anybody that doesn't want to treat my body like that, get thee behind me, Satan. I have no time to interact. I don't even have time to make eye contact. Mama, my body is my mom, like my kid. Treat your body as if it is your child. Behave towards, if somebody dares to hurt your body, behave like a mother would towards their child. And your body now is a child that is a child forever. Children, they come, they grow. Your body is a child that is child forever. Mama, please, mama. Me, anybody who cannot treat their body like that, get the fuck away from me. Don't even cross my timeline. I don't want to see you. I don't want to see you. What about tattoos? Tattoos are remembering, like, literally what you do, body markings. Let me not even say just tattoos. There are so many body markings that people do. And right now, in this particular point in time, it should be a personal thing because we are in the 21st century. Learning in this planet is difficult. Let's not lie. To me, it is. There are certain things I have to literally tattoo them on my body for me to always remember that, by the way, no people pleasing. By the way, I'm trusting my body. I'm trusting my body. By the way, it's all happening for me, not to me. It's all happening for me, not to me. There are certain philosophies that I must always walk with. Never take action. Never take action until you are 100%. Don't do anything half-assed. Like, those are things that I affirm. And when I affirm them, I try. The ones that are deep, the lessons that are very deep, I mark them on my body just for me to be looking. It is me and my body. I want to look at my body also to learn from my body. And so if I have to take notes, I take notes. So tattoos to me is notes. And they've been there since the beginning of time. They've been there since the beginning of time. And you take notes. Some people, they take notes. It helps them. And then when the notes is no longer applicable, they remove. It's okay. Do you, my friend. Do you without comparison. Do you without comparison. What caused siblings to get along? Oh, kumbe I was already brought. With your enemies and betray their own. It still goes back to the principalities within yourself. Me, I always believe that as long as you are protected within, you are automatically protected without. So what people do, what people decide to do to you, you should not even ever give it much thought. As long as you know you are loyal to yourself, let people do whatever they want to do. Because also there's life stories that we repeat in our lives. These life stories are the same stories that our ancestors went through, that their ancestors went through. It's not new. Stop acting special. Some people always want to act special so much you think it's only happening to you. It has happened to people. Just know how to react. You cannot prevent things from happening to you, but you can take control of how you react. What people to do to you is their own karma. How you react to what they've done is your own karma now. Eating pork. Totems. Goes back to totems, my dears. Goes back to totems. And this is why I always say, know your ancestors. You cannot copy people's ancestors. You cannot succeed by copying other people's ancestors. There are ancestors here, like the Bantus, who they're the custodians of the law. Their diet is mostly based off of vegetation. Their diet is mostly based off of what? Angawa? Vegetation. They eat green. Those are the Bantus, the custodians of the law. It is a requirement. Now there are the Nilotic people, the patriarchs. Them, they don't seek their solutions from the ground. So they seek their solutions from the solar system. So Nilotic people are okay to eat whatever they want because they are travelers of the cosmos. So they can eat whatever they want. So know your ancestry as well before you start shoving yourself into other people's practices. This world, everything exists. Know your ancestry. Know the type of energy that you embody. If you are somebody who you embody custodian of the law and you start eating meat and pork anyhow, it will affect you. You will not have a good experience. Now somebody who is Nilotic like us, we eat anything, and our system is ancestrally designed to consume it, to dissect it. Our system is ancestrally designed to be able to handle the energy that comes from eating fish. You know, certain people, they know your ancestors, my friend. And after you've known your ancestors, stop imposing your shit on other people. Know your ancestors, live by their ways, and leave people to also live by the ways of their ancestors. I was born allergic to pork for me. Your body will always tell you the things that it is comfortable taking. I will repeat, your body will always tell you the things that it is comfortable taking. Guys, it's simple. It's simple. You know, the church is a confuser. When your body doesn't like crepes, it will struggle going down your throat, my dear. It will struggle going down your throat. The body will always talk to you. But this thing of you liking food and then you staying away from that food, your body is eating it, and then use your body. Stop acting like somebody whose body is not responsive. If your body is allergic to something, leave them. Leave them. Leave them. Even if it is a drug, even if it is a cigarette. If your body is allergic to it, leave it before the equilibrium shifts. Because also I'm telling you, This will be your body. You giving it something. You will find it at the equilibrium here. When you feed your body and it doesn't accept it, leave the equilibrium to stay like it is. Because when you force your body to eat what it doesn't want to eat, this is what you'll be doing. You'll be shifting the equilibrium so that your body gets used to what it doesn't want. When your body gets used to what it doesn't want, what will occur inside you is a mutation. And that mutation will make you sick and you will die. Your body to eat things it doesn't want, you will die. People were asking me about angel numbers. My angel numbers, I've made a whole video about it, teaching. Go into my series, you'll find it. What's your take on using sacred tobacco for cleansing? The topography. What is the vibrational level of the people around that place? Even alcohol, flavored water. Whenever you are engaging in flavor, look at the vibrational level of the people around. Because the moment you engage, it will take you to the vibrational level of the people around. So that matters too. Where the lands, who are those types of people who are engaging in that thing that you're engaging in? Do you feel accepted by those lands? Are those lands a place where you feel calm, or you are always anxious, you want to leave? So many things goes into question. Oh, and before I leave now, this is the last thing I'm going to talk about before I leave. Pluto in Aquarius. Pluto entering Aquarius. Pluto, the planet of transformation, entering Aquarius, the zodiac of I know myself. So when the planet of transformation enters into the zodiac of knowledge, then expect a transformation in knowledge. Pluto, when you look at it, when you look at the solar system, Pluto is like at the farthest end. And this solar system, when you look at the sun is where the spotlight is. The sun is where the spotlight is. The sun is like the city. The sun of our world for a long time was Hollywood. That was where everybody was looking at. When you come back to your also small cities, all villagers are always looking at a particular city. All villagers are always looking at a particular city. So that's the place where the city is at, the market is at, the noise is at. That is the sun. And then as you move away from the sun, you're moving into Mercury, Venus, whatever, until you reach Pluto. Pluto are the villagers at the back. Villagers at the very edges of the planet, the indigenous people. Pluto, that indigenous people, has entered Aquarius. I know myself. So when people who are at the farthest end, the villagers, the transformers, the ones who hold on to the attires, they are indigenous attires until the full circle is achieved. The Maasai, you know, when you look at them, you will see them with their full attires. These are the people who, they are still walking around in towns in their own traditional wares. Even when everybody's laughing at them, they are still walking in town with their own, they don't let go. Now, those are the people. Pluto entering Aquarius means those people are entering into the age of I know myself. And you don't know what that is going to look like. That is going to shift everything. Because now we are at a point where now the cities, they can no longer teach. They don't know. You've already seen Hollywood, Americas, they don't know anything. We were all having our bearing towards America, towards Europe. We wanted to go to Europe, to America. Now we've reached a point where they don't know anything. People are moving away from there. Where are people headed to? Pluto. People are heading to Pluto. People are heading to the very indigenous, to the villages. And so the villagers are the ones who are coming to now determine what we know. They're the ones who are going to be at the forefront of what we know and what we believe and what we live by. So when you hear Pluto is entering Aquarius, then just know that the villagers are coming to run the cities. The villagers are coming to run the towns. The villagers are coming to be the ones to tell us where to go, which way to go. Because you know why they are the custodians of the law. They still have that ancient ways of life. And the ancient ways of life are the only ways of life. They are the only sustainable ways of life. We've reached a point where we can no longer sustain ourselves because we are busy following an illusion. So to get away from that, the planet is also helping us. We are getting away from that. So welcome Plutos into Aquarius. Whenever you are walking in town and you see someone dressed indigenously, salute them. It's their time. Salute them. It's their time. Okay, so guys, ever since I had my spiritual awakening, I really hate my 8 to 5 p.m. job. How do I adjust? Plan a prison break, my dear. I will not lie to you that, hey, come, I give you some money, you go start a business. No. Plan a prison break. There was your ancestor who was at the exact place that you are right now, dealing with the exact same things that you're dealing with right now. Engage them. Engage them and then plan a prison break. So that when you leave, you also know that you have legs to walk. You know, it's only the church that will tell you jump off a cliff. I will never tell you that. I will just tell you walk. That's the cliff. You want to get down? Walk through. Find a way. Plan yourself. Organize yourself. There's a way. There's a way that you are avoiding. That is the way out. It is a way that will require you to be responsible. It is a way that will require you to show up. It is a way that will require you to drop certain mentalities and certain belief systems that got you in that job. That is the only way you live. Patel, my dear, niko na macho mbili yake. Ningekuwa na macho 20, ningekuwa naona kila mtu. I'm both Nilotic and Bantu. Half, like literally, just you are now the moment. You are now the moment that is required. You need to reconcile the Bantus and the Niloids because they hate each other. You need to reconcile the Bantus and the Niloids if you find yourself in between. Anyway, guys, I wanted to talk about that Pluto in Aquarius. Now, gift me and then I go. I know you guys are many for me to leave right now, but I thank you so much for being so many today. And forward ever, backward never. But you know, time is time. The class is usually 3 hours. And we are almost at 3 hours. So thank you so much, Nikki. Thank you. I'll receive gifts as you leave. You can leave. I will stay here until the last people leave. So you can gift as you go. Bye. And good night, guys. Thank you, Wendy Aseyo. Thank you so much. Monica Korocha, thank you. Nola, thank you. Stella Lynn, thank you. Thank you so much. By the way, I see you. Thank you so much for today. Nola, thank you. Stella, thank you so much. Thank you guys so much. Thank you guys as well. It's mutual, Bana. It's mutual. Divine, thank you. Pamula, thank you so much. Thank you, Pamula. Thank you, Nola. Thank you. Thank you, Mwalim. Yes, we meet again on Wednesday. And the series that I've not posted, I will post. And when I post, you guys will know this year is military focus. Nobody's standing on our way. As we are going, our ancestors are there rallying behind us. We are creating the spaces we came here to create. We are taking the spaces we came here to take. And me, I am taking the Vatican space. Know that the Vatican space is the one I'm here for. The space that the Vatican is occupying is the one I'm here for. I will tell you guys that for free. So tell them to prepare. There are spaces that, because you know spaces also once created cannot be destroyed. They can only be transmuted. So I'm here for the spiritual space, and I will say that with my chest. Thank you guys so much. I will say that with my chest. So if you know someone from the Vatican, from Opus Dei, Opus Dei people, the Vatican people, those ones that almost killed me, tell them it's their space I'm here for. And I'm taking it one day at a time. One day at a time. 1 month at a time. Pole pole, I will take their space. That one I'm telling you guys for free. How do you engage with your ancestors? By engaging with yourselves. Gimpy, thank you. Guys, reduce. I'm waiting for you guys to reduce. So that the gifts can also reduce and I go. Thank you, Cosmic. Oh, Sida, thank you. I know you from Instagram. Thank you so much for being here. Cosmic Kitty, thank you. Monera, thank you. Bliss, thank you. Guys, I'm waiting for you guys to leave. Yo. People are not at ways to reduce expansion infinite. I swear, Leo ni Leo. Leo ni Leo. Nobody's leaving. Then I'll be the one to leave you guys. Gifts. Nona, thank you. Leo-san, thank you so much. Thank you guys so much. Kitty-ro, thank you. Social, thank you. Kaya, thank you. Me, I'll just receive gifts until you guys leave. Kitty-ro, thank you. I'm no longer continuing. Y'all wait for the series. Thank you. Good night, my dear. Good night. Yama, thank you so much. Jifumbi, Social Bangoni, thank you. I appreciate. Oh, Social is sending so many roses. Thank you. Bangoni, thank you. We will stay till late. Guys, I'm leaving. Like literally it's my time to leave. Kwani leo ni nini ilifanyika huko binguni? Yenye watu wamejaa huku sana hivi. Kuna udaku nime miss Kenyans. Kenyans kuna kaudaku nime miss huku nje. What? Somebody's telling me you're a mom. Oh, we are hungry of no, and I'll keep giving. I'll keep giving. Thank you guys so much. Leo-san, thank you. Stephanie Mutua, I'm seeing you. Thank you though. I'm seeing you. Umetaja alcohol na usherati tukakuja. Na kwanza mimi napendanga kukunywa juu huko ndio najua nitapata Kenyans. Huko tu ndo watu wangu wako. Huko tu ndo tumetoka. Thank God it's reducing. Guys, reduce. Huko tu ndo tumetoka na huko tu ndo tunapatana kama Kenyans. Unajua Kenyans, we also have alcoholics who are very spiritual. So tunapatana tu huko. Because also I will never blame people who like literally there are certain points of vibrations in life that require you to be dead inside, like literally. So also we have to do what we have to do. Sisi tutakuwa wa mwisho. Quincy asante. So tutatembea pamoja Kenyans. Tutoke kwa hiyo usherati, tutoke kwa alcohol. And then sasa tuanze kuchapa kazi. Kwanza hapa mbeleni, by the way Kenyans wenzangu, wacha niwaambie sasa nipotelezea hawa kwa lugha. Enda uangalie flag yetu, bendera. Enda uangalie bendera yetu, sign ya bendera yetu. Wakoloni walikuwa wanataka Kenyans wakuwe military yao. They wanted black people who can defend them. And those were Kenyans. And Kenyans have been defending them up to today. Lakini lazima tuamke. And this is the reason why Kenyans were the most opposing people that opposed me when I started creating my content. It is a spiritual thing. Even our bendera is a defender. Even our bendera is a defender. So spiritually, you guys are the ones who are holding the white man's anchor. Actually, if you let go, they fall. When Kenyans let go, they fall. So pole ndio mwendo, tutatoka huko. Tutatoka huko. Misri lazima tutoke. Tutatoka huko. Na mimi nitawashika mikono na tutatoka huko. I promise. Tutatoka huko. Anyway, thank you guys so much. And I appreciate you and bye. This is why I say bye. I've had more 38k 6K.5. Hey, a lot. See you guys again next Wednesday. I will announce and see you. Bye.